And he wants us to worship a God we cannot see? What kind of madness is this?
You stopped us from calling on our gods and told us to worship Allah. But tell us, who is the father of Allah? Who is his son?
It had been nearly 600 years since Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, left this world. The earth had grown quiet. No prophet, no messenger walked among the people. Humanity wandered in darkness, and Mecca was no exception. The holy city, once blessed with the legacy of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, had fallen into the deep shadow of ignorance and idolatry. Inside the Kaaba, the sacred house of Allah, built by Ibrahim and his son Ismail, idols now stood shoulder to shoulder, mocking the message of pure monotheism it once represented. Every tribe in Mecca had its own god. Some families even had a personal idol made of stone or wood. The people believed these lifeless figures could bless or punish them.
This idol, this is the one who brings us rain. My son died. My crops have failed. My wealth is gone. The gods must be angry.
Then hurry. Offer them milk and sacrifice. Please them before your misfortune worsens.
It was in this atmosphere of spiritual blindness that Allah chose to send his final messenger to mankind, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. One day, a whisper spread across Mecca. Muhammad is calling people to worship one God, Allah, the unseen creator of all things. People gathered in the markets, murmuring with confusion and mockery.
Did you hear what he said? It is madness!
He insults our traditions and our gods.
He is just a fool. Pay him no mind. Have you heard? He says our idols can do nothing.
And he wants us to worship a God we cannot see? What kind of madness is this?
Another scoffed, but the message of Muhammad, peace be upon him, was clear and firm. Standing among his people, he said, "O people of Mecca, say there is no God but Allah, and you will succeed. The idols you carve cannot hear, cannot see, and cannot harm or benefit you. Only Allah, who created the heavens and the earth, is worthy of worship." Yet most of Mecca's leaders refused to listen. They clung to the beliefs of their ancestors.
Shall we abandon the gods our forefathers worshipped for centuries?
What kind of God has no image, no family, no shape? How can we bow to what we cannot see? He wants to destroy our traditions. If we follow him, the tribes will turn against us.
Still, deep in their hearts, many knew Muhammad was truthful. They remembered how he had always been called Al-Amin, the trustworthy one, and how not once in his life had he ever lied. One night, in a small home on the outskirts of Mecca, an elderly man said to his son, "You know, this Muhammad speaks truth. These stones we worship have never answered our prayers." His son hesitated. "But father, leaving the gods of our ancestors, the chiefs would call us traitors." And so, while a few brave souls accepted faith, most resisted. The Quraysh chiefs tried every way to stop the prophet. First, they tempted him with wealth and power, but the prophet, peace be upon him, looked at them calmly and replied, "Even if you place the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left, I would never abandon this mission." Frustrated, they began to threaten him.
Keep speaking like this, Muhammad, and we will make life miserable for you.
Still, he did not waver. His message remained pure. So the leaders of Mecca plotted again.
Let's humiliate him in front of everyone. We'll ask him questions that no man can answer.
The next day, the great chiefs gathered, men like Umayyah ibn Khalaf and Walid ibn Mughira, and approached the prophet with arrogance.
You stopped us from calling on our gods and told us to worship Allah. But tell us, who is the father of Allah? Who is his son?
You see, we make our gods from gold and stone. What is your Allah made of, Muhammad?
Their words were sharp with mockery. They didn't seek knowledge. only humiliation. The prophet stood silently, listening. He didn't argue. Instead, he waited for revelation from his Lord. His companions watched anxiously, not knowing what answer would come. Moments later, the angel Jibril descended with verses that would forever illuminate the truth of monotheism. Revelation flowed into the heart of the prophet like light from heaven itself. He recited, "Say, He is Allah, the One. Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, and there is nothing comparable to Him." The sound of these divine words silenced the crowd. The air itself seemed to tremble. The poets and scholars of Mecca, men famous for their mastery of language, could not speak.
This is not the speech of any man. No poet could craft such perfection.
Another shook his head in disbelief. But deep down, they knew. The truth had reached their hearts, even if their pride would not let them admit it. Those who were honest, those who truly sought Allah, accepted the message of Islam. One by one, believers began to rise. Bilal, Khadija, Abu Bakr, Ali, and many others, standing firm against all odds. And so the light of Islam began to spread, from the deserts of Arabia to every corner of the world. Yet, the story did not end there. Even today, there are people who forget that worship belongs only to Allah. Just as the people of Mecca once made idols from stone, many now make idols from nations, wealth, and pride. The poet Iqbal once said, "Among the new gods of this age, the greatest is the nation, a god that stands in rivalry with Allah, draped in the shroud of religion."